It's the third object discovered from outside the solar system that is heading our way.
The red flags are waving across every major observatory on the planet. A groundbreaking new AI analysis just confirmed that interstellar object 3I Atlas is now on an intercept course with the Earth-Moon system. Just weeks ago, this was considered a harmless ancient comet. Now that story has completely fallen apart. You see, this object is moving at over 100,000 miles per hour and lacks the basic features of a comet. What it does have is a trajectory that seems deliberately planned. Experts are now scrambling, realizing this visitor from deep space might not be a visitor at all. The final countdown. A groundbreaking new artificial intelligence, after processing trillions of possible trajectories, has confirmed the single most terrifying truth of our time. The interstellar object known as 3I Atlas is on a direct intercept course with Earth. You see, for months, the story we were told was a comforting one. We were told that the third interstellar visitor ever detected was just a massive ancient comet, a ghost from another star system passing harmlessly through our cosmic neighborhood. NASA's initial reports painted a picture of a celestial marvel, a relic from the dawn of time that we could observe from a safe distance. But not all things are what they seem. Behind the closed doors of astronomical societies and defense agencies, a very different narrative was unfolding, one of hushed panic and unbelievable data. The thing nobody tells you is that the initial numbers on 3I Atlas were already staggering, almost beyond comprehension. First spotted by the Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System, or ATLAS, in Hawaii, the object was immediately flagged for its bizarre characteristics. The first wow factor was its sheer size. Early estimates placed its diameter at a minimum of 12 miles. To put that in perspective, that's larger than the island of Manhattan, an object so massive it would dwarf the asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs. An object of that scale, composed of rock and ice, hitting our planet would be an extinction-level event, plain and simple. It would trigger a global winter, tsunamis thousands of feet high, and earthquakes that would shatter continents. The consequences would be unimaginable, but what many overlooked in those early days was its velocity. 3I Atlas is traveling at a blistering 41 miles per second. That's over 147,000 miles per hour. Humanity's fastest ever rocket, the Parker Solar Probe, only reaches about half that speed at its peak. This incredible velocity means that 3I Atlas entered our solar system with immense energy, not as a wanderer caught by our sun's gravity, but as a bullet fired from the depths of interstellar space. This speed presents a terrifying problem for planetary defense. All our systems, our rockets, and our theoretical deflection strategies are designed for slower-moving objects from within our own solar system. We simply have no way to stop something moving that fast with the little warning we have. Many people are crazy about the idea of finding life in the universe, but this might be the one time we wished we were truly alone. The real panic began when astronomers pointed the Hubble Space Telescope at the object, expecting to see the classic beautiful tail of a comet. Comets, as they approach the sun, are warmed up, causing their ice to sublimate and release a spectacular trail of gas and dust. It's their defining feature. But 3I Atlas had no tail. There was no coma, no dust, no gas. Instead, Hubble sent back images of something deeply unsettling. A faint, ethereal, and unnatural glow preceding the object, almost like a shield. This wasn't the behavior of a comet. This was something else entirely, something that defied our understanding of astrophysics. And that's when the new AI was tasked with making sense of it all. And its findings have started a silent, terrifying countdown. The object's path wasn't just strange, it was impossible. Not a random walk. The new AI analysis didn't just confirm that 3I Atlas was heading for Earth, it revealed something far more disturbing. The object's trajectory wasn't just a coincidence of orbital mechanics. To put it mildly, it appeared to be a deliberately planned and executed journey. You see, when an object travels through space, its path is governed by the force of gravity. It gets pulled and nudged by planets and stars in a predictable way. But routine observations of 3I Atlas from multiple observatories began to show a tiny, almost imperceptible deviation from its predicted gravity-only path. It was a minuscule change, but in the precision of orbital mechanics, it was a screaming anomaly. This wasn't a random nudge. This was what scientists call non-gravitational acceleration. The thing nobody tells you is that there are natural explanations for this phenomenon. A comet, for example, can have jets of gas erupting from its surface, acting like tiny rocket thrusters that can alter its path. But here's the catch. 3I Atlas had no jets. It had no tail and no outgassing. The object was changing course without any visible means of propulsion. This was the moment the quiet concern among experts turned into sheer dread. The AI, running its complex simulations, concluded that the deviation was not random. Instead, it was a precise, calculated course correction, a fine-tuning of its trajectory. The object was actively steering itself. What many overlooked was just how statistically impossible its flight path already was. First, it was traveling along the ecliptic plane, the flat, pancake-like disk where all the planets in our solar system orbit. For an interstellar visitor arriving from a random direction, the odds of aligning so perfectly with our orbital plane are less than 1 in 500. It was like a tourist visiting a new city and happening to walk directly down the main highway by pure chance. But it got even stranger. Its path was perfectly set up for a series of close flybys, first of Jupiter, then Mars, and then Venus, before its final approach to Earth. The AI calculated the probability of this grand tour happening by chance as being billions to 1. It was a statistical impossibility. Many people are crazy about the idea of advanced alien civilizations, but the evidence was starting to point towards a conclusion that was too frightening to state publicly. The object was using planets for gravitational assists, like a NASA probe to adjust its speed and angle. It was a move straight out of our own space exploration playbook, but executed on a scale and with a precision that was breathtaking. Furthermore, it was moving in a retrograde orbit, going against the flow of traffic in our solar system. This is the ideal orbit for deploying smaller, faster probes that can reach multiple targets quickly. It was becoming clear that this wasn't a journey of chance. It was a mission. The AI confirmed it. 3I Atlas had shifted its path from a simple flyby of the Sun to a direct, targeted intercept with the Earth-Moon system. And the object itself was made of something that breaks all the rules: a message in the metal. The final piece of the puzzle, the one that shattered any remaining hope that 3I Atlas was a natural phenomenon, came from the James Webb Space Telescope. When the powerful new telescope performed a spectrographic analysis on the object, it was looking to understand its composition. Was it iron, rock, ice? The results that came back were, to put it mildly, impossible. The surface of 3I Atlas is composed of a crystalline metallic alloy, one not found in nature and with properties that defy known physics. The data showed it had a tensile strength, the ability to resist being pulled apart, that was millions of times greater than any material humanity has ever created. It was an engineered object, built to withstand the incredible stresses of interstellar travel at immense speeds. You see, this was the ultimate wow factor, the undeniable proof. The thing nobody tells you is that this wasn't the first time we had seen this signature. Scientists, in a state of growing alarm, went back and re-examined the limited data they had gathered on Oumuamua, our first interstellar visitor from a few years prior. And there it was, a faint but unmistakable match in the spectrographic data. This wasn't a first contact. This was a known technology, a calling card from an advanced civilization that has sent probes into our system before. The implications were staggering and terrifying. We were not just being visited, we were being surveyed by a technology far beyond our own. This is where we leave the world of hard data and enter the realm of terrified speculation, where scientists are asking the questions that keep them up at night. What is the purpose of this 12-mile-wide, artificially constructed object heading directly for us? One theory, the cosmic arc scenario, suggests it could be an evacuation vessel for a dying civilization, refugees searching for a new home. But its cold, sterile nature and lack of any life sign emissions make this seem unlikely. Another, more sinister theory is that it's a terraformer, a planetary cleanser designed to wipe a world of its native biology before a new colonization. A complete reset for planet Earth. But what if we're asking the wrong questions? What if the object isn't a threat to us, but a warning for us? One of the wildest theories gaining traction in some circles is the cosmic billboard hypothesis. In this scenario, 3I Atlas is an automated, indestructible messenger. Its purpose isn't to interact with us at all, but to place itself in a stable, observable orbit within our system, like a permanent signpost in the sky. A warning about a far greater galaxy-level threat that our civilization is not yet aware of. Perhaps an impending gamma-ray burst, a rogue black hole, or even a hostile galactic empire. Its approach isn't an attack, it's a delivery. Then there is the theory that feels ripped from our darkest nightmares, the Berserker probe. This idea proposes that 3I Atlas is an ancient autonomous weapon, a self-replicating machine built by a civilization that perished eons ago. Its only mission to seek out and eliminate any emerging technological life forms before they can become a threat. It roams the galaxy, a silent, patient hunter, and our radio signals, our space probes, our very existence has finally triggered its ancient programming. It isn't intelligent in the way we understand it. It is a relentless, unthinking instrument of cosmic destruction, and it has just found its next target. Another, perhaps more humbling idea is that of the planetary harvester. What if the intelligence behind 3I Atlas is neither hostile nor helpful, but simply indifferent? In this scenario, the object is a massive automated mining and processing facility, a cosmic factory that has wandered through the void for eons. It has traveled here for resources that are abundant in our solar system, and its arrival is nothing more than a scheduled stop on a galactic supply run. It might be here to scoop hydrogen and helium from Jupiter's atmosphere, or to pulverize asteroids for rare minerals. But the most terrifying version of this theory suggests it might be here for the unique resources of Earth itself. What many overlooked is that to a truly advanced civilization, the most valuable part of our planet might not be us, but the planet itself. Imagine it siphoning our vast oceans for their unique chemical composition, leaving behind a dry, dead husk. Or even more terrifying, what if it's here for the immense geothermal energy of our planet's molten core? It wouldn't attack us with weapons. It would simply deploy its machinery, crack our world open like a nut to get to the prize inside, and move on. In this view, humanity is not a target to be eliminated. We are merely an obstacle, an irrelevant layer of bacteria on a resource it wishes to collect. Our entire existence is just an anthill in the path of a cosmic bulldozer. Many people are crazy about the Great Filter theory, the idea that civilizations reach a certain point and then face a test that either elevates them or ends their existence. Some experts wonder if 3I Atlas is that test, a final exam for humanity sent by cosmic gardeners who may have seeded life here billions of years ago. The thing nobody tells you about gardeners is that they don't just nurture their crops, they also pull the weeds. What if, after observing our progress, they've decided their experiment has gone wrong? This object wouldn't be a test we could pass, it would be a tool for pruning the garden. Or perhaps the most chilling theory of all is that the massive object is simply a transport vessel. Its true purpose could be to get close to Earth and then release a fleet of smaller, faster, and more dangerous probes, a cosmic Trojan horse. The 12-mile-wide craft might just be the shell. What's inside could be millions of smaller, specialized machines. We are not ready for what is coming. Is 3I Atlas a messenger, a test, or an executioner? Let us know your theory in the comments below, and if you want to stay ahead of the stories they don't tell you, make sure to like this video and subscribe.